Aloha, friends and neighbors. Raleigh Frost here, scratching out a living in Kona as an astrologer, trying to devote a little of my time and energy and what little money I have to spare to environmental issues, which we all need to get going on. But what we're going to do here is cover the second week in May 2018. I'm just going to get started at the sky mirror. I got some other things to share with you, but I'm trying to get ahead a little bit, and I look at some of my notes because I drew this up a while back, and I'm still looking for the money crash, but I found an eclipse, January 19th, 2019, that at 15 years it kind of shouts money problems coming up. I got a lot of information about that, but I'm not quite ready to make conclusions just yet. For you, look, the moon is going by Mars, and Mars is near Pluto, and it's squaring the new moon, and transiting moon is going to hit it on Saturday, May 5th. May 5th. Cinco de Mayo? Anyway, what I got down here is violence, fights, fires. So, warning, warning. Stay home on Saturday. Let's look at this sky mirror day by day and see what's coming up for you. There's some good stuff here. I mean, Jupiter is still sextile Pluto. There's discovery going on. Neptune is joining the group now, trining Jupiter. The sun is moving in Taurus, and when the sun hits 20 degrees, which is towards the end of your next week, it will trine Pluto, and there'll be more discovery. And it's already, in 2 days from where you're at now, it's going to sextile Neptune, and you should have some artistic religious sensitivity training coming your way if you want to take it. So, not too bad. Venus is here. She's in Gemini, being very flirty right now, and in a few days sextiles Mercury, and she'll be talking nice. And towards the end of your next week, Venus squares Neptune. She gets all confused. So less flirting, the better, Venus. Let's look at it day by day, okay? Give you a little heads up. Try to pave your path a little bit. The moon runs around this map of the sky, and it does it once a month. And as it goes through the various signs, it makes angles to these planets. The planets are the actors on the stage, okay? You know who they are. Shakespeare knew who they are. Your rising sign tells you which one of these actors you tend to play. Yeah, with everybody around you. You know your rising sign? Well, if you don't, email me, rolandfrost@yahoo.com. Give me your approximate birth time, birthday, city you're born in, and I'll email you back your rising sign so you can get perspective on where you're at in this thing. I mean, if you were Capricorn rising, you'd be getting angry yourself and doing physical stuff. You'd have to be a little careful of injuries during this Saturday. But enough. This is a generic chart. It works for everybody. The more people around you, the more you'll see these things come to be. And the moon on Thursday night, just goes into Capricorn late Thursday night, and you're going to start feeling the grinding slowdown of Saturn, which hits, before lunch on Friday, May 4th. So whatever cautionary thing is going on for you there, it's a good idea to take notice, because these are not normal times. No. This is not. The interesting thing is, at first there's a caution from Saturn, and that's early Friday between breakfast and lunch. And then here comes Neptune in, and Neptune shows up Friday night, late, with sextiles. And everybody, have a beer, come and drink. Let's all have faith. The churches must be right. Global warming isn't real. Only to find out early Saturday morning, the moon squares Mercury. And there's confusion, and the kids aren't happy, and you can't communicate. And the situation just gets worse. Yeah, as you go through. There is discovery there on Saturday. The moon goes by Pluto and sextiles Jupiter in the morning and the middle of the day. First it sextiles Jupiter. That's just after breakfast or around that time. And then it conjuncts Pluto. Discovery. Oh boy, I didn't see that before. So there's kind of a neat thing going on in the middle of Saturday. But layout, here's Mars. And around dinner time or just before, the moon goes by Mars. And Mars is hitting on that 26-degree Libra full moon, or new moon on Uranus. So this is not too hot because Mars is squaring a new moon point, and transiting moon is setting it off. And so Mars, these young men, boy, they're angry. And you're going to see some violence here, unfortunately, on Saturday night. Sunday morning, well, the moon shifts in to Aquarius, and it feels really different. Are you going to remember your angriness of Saturday night? Hope you don't drink. Alcohol fuels anger. Remember the old thing about fire water, huh? Yeah, fire water. People who drink alcohol tend to either get, lushy, affectionate, or angry. Takes away the top part of your brain where you're really thinking ethics, and leaves you with the more animal instinct stuff. So avoid alcohol on Saturday, and stay home Saturday afternoon and evening. Watch the action here. You'll hear the sirens in your neighborhood late Saturday night. But Sunday's kind of mellow. The moon's in Aquarius. We all got a chance to get more cerebral, and maybe forget what happened on the weekend, hopefully. On Monday, the moon's still in Aquarius, and here's a nice trine to Venus. And that happens in the middle of the day. There's some sweets and some goodies and some peace and some calm. It doesn't last too long because here, after dinner, the moon squares the sun, and you're not going to get much done, but it also has a nice sextile to Mercury. So you can talk it out. Probably over-talk it because the moon, when it's in harmony with Mercury, squares Jupiter, and you're overdoing it. Too much laughing. Can't hear what the guy said. Monday night late. Tuesday, the moon's still in Aquarius till you get to dinner time. About that time, there's a sextile to Uranus. A little higher ethics and brotherhood clicks in, and the moon shifts into Pisces just after that, Tuesday night. And it becomes a little more spiritual, because once the moon shifts into Pisces right here, makes the sextile to Uranus, just before that, there's a shot of brotherhood and ethics and common sense. And then the moon slips into Pisces, and you become more into belief and a little more delusional. Enjoy music and color, but know that you could be on thin ice. Yes. On Wednesday, the moon's still in Pisces, and there's a sextile to Saturn. You feel kind of secure, and you got a plan. Good for you. Late Wednesday night, the moon goes by Neptune. Here it is. It gets foggy, delusional. I'm not sure I'm in the right place. Why did I come here? It's Wednesday night, May 9th, and it can be very confusing. And you might not be able to trust people or the things that come up Wednesday night. On Thursday morning, however, here at breakfast, here's a trine to Jupiter and a sextile to Pluto, and truth comes out. And you may find out that the stuff that came down on you Wednesday was not quite what you thought. So don't act on anything. Don't give them your money Wednesday night. Avoid alcohol and wait for that spectacular aha. Now I see it clear. That happens Thursday in the first half of the day. Not bad. You feel so good that late Thursday night, this is 9-10 o'clock, there's a nice sextile to Mars, and you can actually do some physical work and start acting on the things that you learned the first half of Thursday. On Friday, May 11th, the moon shifts into Aries, and it starts to get a little tighter. Yeah, here's a square to Saturn Friday night, just before dinner or after dinner, and things slow down, and we're not sure of ourselves quite so much anymore. Now there is a new moon up here. You're going to have another tough Saturday, so be conservative on Friday. On Saturday morning, the 12th, the moon's still in Aries, and here it hits the square to Pluto, and there's a little panicky feeling. Can't control things in the middle of Saturday. There is a sextile to Venus. If you relax and try to get some sweets and be with somebody you love, you might avoid that total panic that a lot of us are going to feel. However, Saturday night, here's the moon squaring Mars and Pluto. The new moon point was at 26 degrees. That's right here. So that's like Saturday night, midnight or so. It's going to get a little lunatic-like. And the Martians are out. And there could be violence and anger and stuff. So here's another Saturday night where you want to stay home. Yes. Sleep late Sunday morning. Here before lunch, the moon goes by Uranus. And you're likely to get some common sense. So avoiding the Saturday night violence is kind of important. And the Saturday morning midday panic, you know. You'll be glad Sunday morning when the moon hits Uranus. See, I did my own thing, and I stayed out of trouble, and I didn't go join the riots or the crowded alcoholic macho-ness. You'll feel good about yourself. Be independent. That's what it's about Sunday in the middle of the day as the moon goes by Uranus. More independent you are, the better off you are, believe me. You'll feel that late Sunday night. Here, this is midnight, 1 a.m., and the moon trines Saturn, and you say, well, I'm kind of secure here. Good to go Monday. There is a new moon coming up, by the way, which will be Tuesday morning. Here, I got a note in Taurus. There it is. That's another new start for you. That ought to be pretty nice, because it trines Pluto. Here's another interesting note to myself and to you folks. Just consider, when the moon goes by Saturn, which it's going to do Friday, May 4th, in the middle of the day, you get sobered up. It's a very sobering thing when the moon hits Saturn, and you'll see it around you. Everybody, you get depressed or they get sobered and they start to plan. Your mind, your inner mind, will follow that prediction. Yes. So, what is that all about? That's because astrology works. Yes, it really does. I don't have to convince the world anymore. Remember, there was a thing about 100 monkeys. In Japan, they had these monkeys living on all these outer islands, and they were starving, so they dropped potatoes to them, but the monkeys wouldn't eat it. And it went on, and finally on one island, a female went out and washed her potato in the ocean, and it got salt on it. And she tried that, and she liked it, and she ate it. And pretty soon the other monkeys in her tribe on her island tried it out. And you know what? When 100 monkeys started washing their potatoes, all the other islands around Japan that had monkeys spontaneously started washing potatoes. Yes. So if 100 monkeys, know that global warming's real, eventually the rest of the monkeys will believe it too. Or if you all know that astrology really works, that religion has knocked it out for the last 2,000 years. Once you know it works, you follow some of this stuff I'm doing, you're the 100 monkeys. Yes.